Okay, this is the last slide on this whole section, so it's going to be really, really quick. I just want to say before I finish this, this is a pretty long 3 video little subunit. So once you're done watching the videos and you've taken notes and you've paused, because I went over this pretty quickly, just make sure you go through the PowerPoint again, look at all the stuff that I was talking about. A lot of this is going to be like quantifiable, so data-based. So what I'm saying, there are supplementary things that I'm saying to you, but a lot of these videos are based off of the PowerPoints that I've created. So you're not going to lose too much by just going through the PowerPoints and not watching the videos again. So, if you've already watched the videos, you've taken some notes, that's great. Just have the PowerPoints open for the quizzes and the tests because this is a lot of information here. So biofuels, we talked about biofuels a little bit. That's going to be like ethanol is a really good example of biofuels. E85, it's what we all use in our cars now. There's a huge backlash about E85 from around 10 years ago, and now it's in everybody's car. So people freaked out for pretty much no reason. You'll find that happens a lot. It's just because people are resistant to change and they aren't 100% educated on a lot of the things that they're trying to push away. So just think about that for the future. Try and stay educated, stay informed. It's a lot easier to look at both sides of a topic to make an informed decision about something. If you're unwilling to look at the other side, their point of view on a topic, then you can't make an informed decision on that topic. So that applies to social issues, economic issues, environmental issues, all sorts of things. Just think about that. Try and take someone else's shoes and walk a mile in them before you assume something about them or want to make your own ideas or arguments about something. Always look at both sides before you can make an informed opinion. So, biofuels. They are composed of at least 80% renewable materials, and that's usually going to be plants, photosynthesizing materials, and plants are generally the only things that photosynthesize. So corn is the leading source of biofuel production. We have other producers of biofuel, algae, genetically modified algae, grasses like switchgrasses, enzymes from termite guts even, and fast-growing trees like poplars and willows. Those are genetically modified, though, to act the way that they do so that we can turn them into biofuel. So energy processing from corn, which remember is the leading source of biofuel production, is not very efficient at the moment due to the many steps it takes to refine and transport that fuel. So other alternatives are being researched as we speak, which is an awesome thing. There's nothing wrong with diversity in any system. Normally, diversity in any system promotes system health. So, again, social, economic, environmental, we want diversity. Some people may say that they don't, but it only helps. So, we'll talk about corn and its production right here. So I thought this was funny because it says mix with gas. So we harvest the corn, we mill the corn, we filter the corn, we ferment that corn to get ethanol. So it's a fermentation. Ethanol is alcohol, it's ethyl alcohol. So we ferment that, then we distill it, and once we distill that, we get this little teeny, a lot less mass fuel coming out of it. So we have a whole bunch of corn here, and then we just get a little teeny bit of fuel here. And then they test it, so they dehydrate it. They mix it with gas, so E85 is an additive. So, E85 is a fuel that is used from ethanol additives. So this is just an additive to fuel. It's not its own fuel system. And then you mix it with gas, and then that biogas runs cars. And so that's why you have to do your emissions tests a lot of the times in certain areas, because certain areas have emissions requirements, and some cars without the emission requirements are unable to perform on things like E85, which is like pretty much the only gas we use, especially here in Colorado. People still use diesel, but there's also biodiesel. So there are things that we're doing to kind of make our resources less scarce and make sure that we have resources for the future, because humans as a species, it's kind of our human condition to be very short-sighted and not care about the future. So a lot of the negative environmental things that we have done and we are seeing today have only started occurring in the past 100 years, and some of them only in the past 20 years. So that's something to think about. The Earth is 4.5 billion years old, and it's only taken us 100 years to dramatically affect environments, the climates, all sorts of things. We've created an extinction event that is 10,000 times greater than the natural extinction process. So we are in an extinction event, and it's 100% human created. So just think about that type of stuff. Think about recycling, trying to be mindful of the earth, and one person can make a difference. If one person decides to stop throwing away their aluminum and stop throwing away their glass and recycle those things, you've already made a tremendous difference. So, you don't need to completely change the world with your ideologies. It's just about making small changes to your own lifestyle. And if everyone follows through with that, then we'll have a drastic change. So that's how it all starts. Think about that. That's the last slide for this unit, and that will be it for natural resources, I believe. Otherwise, we've got maybe one more, and then the human resources or human effect on land, and then you're done with the class. So let me know if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, and have a wonderful week.